welcome All-Star, Pride of Palmdale.
Thank you.
Paul
Thank
George.
You.
Do you ever get, when you hear people introduce you as like All-Star, what does like 12-year-old just started playing basketball Paul George think of when you hear that?
Honestly, you know, it's a wild moment. The 12-year-old me, that's what I envisioned. I wanted to be an All-Star. I wanted to be special. Like, I didn't have a dream of just making the NBA.
Yeah.
I had a dream of like being an All-Star, being, you know, a gold medalist. Like, everything that I've accomplished is the future I saw for myself. So it just is always, it's always a reminder, like, you know, just set a dream and go after it. And, you know, I've accomplished that.
You have, and in a lot of ways, it feels like it's just beginning for you. Appreciate you taking this time, especially since you're playing a game tomorrow night against my Los Angeles Clippers. Good luck with that. But you got this. No problem.
Yeah, no biggie.
No problem.
No biggie.
I'll be cheering for you. What was it like for you growing up in Palmdale, just outside of LA, and how did your relationship with basketball really become a thing?
I think it, for me growing up, it was, as a kid, you know just as much as you can see. And for myself growing up in Palmdale, it's not a big city, it's not LA. So I didn't know much. I knew I loved the game, I knew I loved playing it. I didn't know how far it was gonna take me. But what helped is seeing my sister, you know, get to travel and go off to different places, get out of Palmdale. She would go to different states for basketball. And then it came to me where it was like, man, I want that. Like, I want to be able, regardless if I make it to the NBA or not, I want to be able to see the world. I want to be able to get out and explore. So that was like what was driving me as a kid. And then, you know, as you get better or whatnot,
yeah,
that starts to come to life where you are seeing different things. And then to where now, like, it opened me up so much more to like be able to go to Palmdale now and see it and be like, man, I made it out of here.
I did
like,
this.
Yeah,
you were there yesterday, right? Probably saying that exact same thing.
I was there yesterday and I was looking at it like, man, I do not know, me at 28, not being the places that I've been through, not seeing the experiences that I've had. Like, I don't know what I would be doing right now.
Your sister, she went to Pepperdine, right?
Yeah.
And you didn't play organized high school basketball until your freshman year. So before that, your sister was pretty much like your scrimmage.
Yeah,
she was the competition. What
Yeah.
What was that like?
A lot of tears. a lot of tears. You know, my sister is, you know, for people to know, my sister is 6'3". Girls grow taller than boys early, right? So she was towering me when I was, you know, middle school, or elementary. She was towering me, and she was good. My sister is, you know, 6'4", and she was the talk of the city. Everybody knew who my sister was. She was getting letters from, you know, schools from coast to coast. And, you know, it just used to, you know, suck because I was hearing it from, like, my friends.
You guys basically were outdoorsman. Mm-hmm. Talk about that.
Yeah, I always joke with people like growing up, because I was a bit of an outcast in my neighborhood. Most of the kids I knew and grew up around, their family came from LA and like they're from LA. And when I tell them, you know, about my background and my parents are from the South. My mom's from Lake Charles, my dad's from Crosby, which is a little city outside of Houston. And, you know, they're country people. I'm country at heart. I love camping, I love fishing, I love, you know, hunting, I love hiking, like I love being outdoors. So as a kid, like, you know, my parents was the cool parents because of these kids that are from LA never got to experience the side that, you know, my family does, and that's camping and just being outdoors. So at an early age, I was able to really open up people around me on, you know, living outdoors and that lifestyle.
Fast forward now, you know, you get this career, you get this opportunity, this thing that you envisioned, and, you know, you're an all-star, you're an Olympian. Your platform, as you come to really recognize its value and the fact that your voice and what you do and what you say resonates outside of just what you do on the court. What is it like recognizing that? And then is there any sort of fear or, trepidation that comes with being like, all right, like, here's where I'm going to take my stand. Here's where I'm going to put myself out there to show who I am outside of just what I do.
Yeah, honestly, at first I had a hard time with that. Because I'm a person, I stay in my lane. Like, if something's going on, I'm here. Like, I'm tunnel vision. But then it got to a point where it's like, at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody has a different thought on something, or and it all comes down to you guys talking it out and finding a common ground or whatnot. So at first it was like, you know what, this is going on. I'm gonna let it be. Like, this is not my conversation to be having. But then it's like, if I don't say anything and I have a feeling on it, and I'm being asked about it, like, talk about it. Give your feelings and your thoughts on it. It might, help someone that's thinking this way, or it might give, someone, a little bit of an explanation on something. So I think that's my take on it now. Me having a voice, me having a chance to just give my thoughts on things. I try and be as active on that issue as much as possible.
And one of the places, in a very simple, close to home manner, where you were able to use your voice was something that was close to home with a health issue that your mom experienced.
Right.
And you were able to play your part just a few years ago.
Right. Yeah, I did a couple campaigns with the American Stroke Association, and that's because it hits home for me.
What happened with your mom?
So I almost lost my mother when I was about 6 or 7. My mom had a stroke, and that was very tough for me. I'm outside playing and see an ambulance rush to the house, and not knowing what's going on, they pick my mom up, and they rush her to the hospital. They do the diagnosis on her, and turns out she has a stroke. She had 2 blood clots. My mom was pronounced dead twice. First time, they brought her back, failed, lost her life. They brought her back again. So I honestly think, that changed me as a person, changed me as a kid, to where, if I've been in that situation, I know how hard it is for other families to be in that situation. And my mom also helps with sharing her testimony and sharing her faith about, her going through that, her battling through that. So for me, it was more so just connecting with families that are having that issue, and it was, 1, to prevent it, and 2, how do you cope with it? So I wanted to be there for both sides.
Yeah, it was heartwarming to watch those ads with you and your mom together, and I imagine it was probably empowering for you to get some of those responses from families that reach out to you and say, hey, thank you for putting us on to this issue.
Yeah. I mean, because it hit at home. My mom is one of my biggest supporters and one of the persons I look up to the most. So it hit home, and for me to be able to do that and give back and help, other families, again, deal with that, it made us as a family just feel much more connected and, much more helpful to those families.
You talk about being a young outdoorsman from a young age with your dad, and one of those things was fishing that you guys did together.
Yeah.
And now there are a lot of young black kids, like you mentioned, that don't get that experience of what it's like to be in the outdoors, or feel like that is a resource that's open to us as a place to go and be, and find peace and entertainment. What is it that you're doing to help get kids out there?
Well, for my backstory with fishing, my dad is the worst athlete in the world. I don't know where I got, basketball from in the family. Like, I didn't get it from my dad. My dad still shoots a jump shot or a hook shot. That's his jump shot, is a hook shot. He thinks he's Kareem still. So
He's calling out sky hook in the
yeah, he
driveway.
is. He is, and he gives this speech about being a fly swatter, protecting the paint. But to stay on topic, yeah, I wanted to work with kids with a program, Fishing in School, which is allowing kids to kind of step into my world and get them outdoors. I know, in this day and age, it's all about technology and video games, and I feel like kids just lose sight of being outside nowadays. And I wanted them to step into my world, get them out, get them fishing. It was awesome. They wrote letters to me and to our foundation on how much fishing meant to them and how much fun they had. So it was awesome. I got a chance to spend a little time with them out there fishing and just sharing that bond. More so than anything, it gave them a chance to physically be there and around me and have conversation and intellect with me. So it was dope, man. I really enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to continuing on with that.
You got a bass boat?
Yeah, I got a bass boat.
Word?
Yeah.
I was being funny.
No, I'm serious. I'm deep into fishing.
Talk to me about when we see Paul George going out for the day fishing, what's the gear? What does it look like?
I am, I got my vest on, fishing vest.
Right.
Got the tackle box all rigged up, couple poles laid out on the boat. I got my shades on so I can see, what's going on in the water. I'm working my graphs on the
depth chart.
On the depth charts.
Right.
I'm the whole thing. I'm trolling around with my troll motor.
Right.
I'm doing the whole nine.
Got the boots on?
No
waders. Okay. These are legitimate
I still got a
questions.
little fashion out there.
So are we gonna see because I'm just picturing walking into the Bass Pro Shop and just seeing this 6'9" cutout of you I don't know if your agent's here, but we should probably you'd probably be the first.
Yeah. But it's still a little fashion out there.
All right. Well, maybe there's a fashion line, you could upgrade the fish.
Maybe.
Fish fashion.
I mean, I want to look the part.
Right.
I want to look the part. I'm not trying to change what a fisherman should look like.
True.
But
Just sprinkle a little sauce on it. It's a little light sauce.
A little flavor to it.
Yeah, fish fashion. Hashtag. That's amazing. I'm picturing that vision of you out on the boat, and it's a magical thing.
It's fun. I gotta get you out there.
No one has to twist my arm. I'm out there.
It's fun. It gives you a chance to get away. For me, I get away. I'm not worried about nothing. I'm not checking a cell phone. I'm disengaged from the world.
And from the haters on Twitter and
from everything. Haters, people, family. I'm on a date with the fish. Me and the fish. That's it.
That's great. If you could look forward 10 years from now, maybe you're still playing, maybe you're going for that 20th, 21st season, whatever, or you're good. You have this platform, you have this foundation. What do you want it to look like, moving forward into that next chapter?
Well, I think for me now, especially with this opportunity that I have and that I've been given, is everything is to go back home and help where I started from. I want to open up centers for kids. I want to be able to have something that kids can look forward to, whether it's after-school programs or open up a gym where they can go in and do sports. And, that's really where my heart has been. I haven't got a chance to do so, and the more that time is coming up for me to be done, the more it's all right, now this is your time, this is your opportunity to do so. And the more I've been back to Palmdale, the more I've been in the city, it's all right, something's got to happen, something's got to change. So for me, that's what I'm building towards, is to help a community that raised me. And I will be happy with just that alone, honestly.
Those are great goals. Who do you...
Thank you.
Are there players in particular, whether it be in your league or in other sports, that you look to and you say, they're doing it, that they're giving me that path. Like, wow, can't believe that they're doing these things.
Well, I got a lot of people I look up to, from Dwayne Wade. I just look at a guy like Dwayne Wade, who has been a big mentor for me. And one of the biggest things that stands out about me is he's always like we joked about, like he's always into something. Like everything he posts his social media, like it's always something that he's into. It's always something that he's pushed the envelope on. And I think he's one of the people that I can honestly say like basketball has really, opened a lot of doors for you. And he's used his platform, he's used what basketball helped him get to other places that, basketball shouldn't be taking you.
Right.
So he's a guy that I look up to. But I think just at an overall, I look at a lot of like European players, from soccer to basketball guys. They all do stuff back home. They all are trying to lift up a country. For myself, if I can do that for my city, and I have a chance to, then that's where my passion and my heart needs to be.
Last question, a small basketball question. Is it possible that the road to ending up back home could lead back to playing at home? Is that still something that you like that? I used to work at ESPN.
All right, guys, thank you. I would, when my deal is done, I'll be 30, 31.
Young.
Still got,
Young.
I've been aging well in the league, so my body still feels good. I still feel fresh. I'll still be 30, 31 when my time is done. I know there's a lot of Laker fans upset. Laker Nation is upset. So if that invitation is still there and I'm welcome with open arms, who knows?
Right. It would be not a bad thing.
I love the situation I'm in. I love Oklahoma. I love, the franchise I'm with. Realistically, I want to be able to do something that hasn't been done there.
Win a championship. Yeah. And you're capable. You got the squad.
We got the squad. We got the squad. I got one of the best players in the world with Russell Westbrook. That's my number one goal right now. And then, when my contract is done, like I said, I'm still 30, 31. So
you answered that like a champion, sir. Well played. Thank you so much
Appreciate
for
it.
your time, Paul
Thank
George.
you, guys. Thank you.